Campers, out of the water. It looks like somebody had an accident and there's a big log floating in the water. A big old turd. Oscar, was that you? I'm talking to you, Timmy. Stay away from that. That is not a dead squirrel. That is a big hunk of doo-doo, buddy. Everybody, gather around the fire. Get dried up and let's get ready for Camp Oddwood.
1
penis.
2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9
That's a lot of numbers.
10. Welcome back.
Well, he passed elementary school.
No, I did not. In Korea, no, I don't want to go there because I would.
Why would you have an easier time passing?
I wouldn't. That's the thing. I wouldn't.
Korea.
I wouldn't know the language. I'd be very confused. I'd be a little American boy trapped in Korea. Welcome back to Camp Oddwood, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us again.
It's the guys that you like to listen to.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to talk about some things that you probably don't want to hear about.
You can't.
But
what?
We make you want to hear about them because we're talking about it.
That's not really a good pitch.
It's not?
No.
I never played baseball.
Hey.
Swing and a miss.
Two.
I'm Henry.
Shit.
I'm Alex.
I'm Zach.
Wow, we introduced ourselves this time, huh?
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Wow, beautiful.
I felt it.
Yeah.
Felt nice. Felt right.
Henry was like, oh yeah, finally. I'm not the fucking name slave. You guys can do your own dirty work.
Nah, I'd rather have somebody else do my dirty work.
Okay, run it again. Do the dirty work.
Welcome back. You have your hosts, Camp Oddwood, Alex Hall, Zachary Grandel,
That's me.
and me, Thurston Howell III.
He's thirsting.
I am immortal. I got off of that island of Gilligan's, and
Only, and you left them all there and didn't send for help.
no, first I poisoned their water supply, and then I left.
That's why he's thirsting.
Ooh, because you can't drink a poison water supply.
No, he had to wait until
Look at us.
left.
We're the fucking trio, triple duo, dojo boys.
Okay, I'll take it. That's another title for my book.
I was wondering if you guys, do you guys recall any trends from the past, like on YouTube and stuff like that, that you're happy that died or that you miss and wish would come back?
There's one that I'm happy that died.
All right, what's that?
The Tide Pod Challenge.
Oh yeah, well yeah, a lot of the stupid ones.
But I kind of want it to come back though.
Really? Well,
Yeah,
what's
so
a
we can
weed
thin
out? Yeah.
the weed out and thin out the population.
Well, at least the ice bucket was like somewhat like spread awareness. I forgot what it was spreading awareness for, and I know it actually like when celebrities
ASL or something. It was like a
ASL. What?
sign language
Yeah.
no. It
or for autism.
was.
Oh,
I think it was.
ASMR. No.
No, it was something.
No, I
with
don't.
an A.
Oh, what are you talking about?
ALS?
ALS.
I think maybe.
I forget.
Something
But
with an A.
I know like celebrities
It's like,
actually raised
it's-
money.
Was it for Alzheimer's? Was there a term for it?
I don't know.
Or MS? No, I don't know. I forgot.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Good for mentioning the ice bucket challenge because it completely deterred away from whatever cause it was about because they don't remember the ice bucket challenge. They don't remember what it was about.
Yeah, now we're in a drought because of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Blame it on them. Yeah. Yeah. Fuckers.
Fuck spreading that fake ass awareness.
Yeah,
When
well-
all we were looking at was hard actor nipples. Anyway,
Well, okay.
planking I don't miss.
Oh yeah. Planking.
Mm-hmm.
Planking.
Planking?
You know what I liked about planking?
The Darwinism and how people would plank in dumb areas and die.
Whoa.
Well, that's
kind of same with the Tide Pod challenge, right?
I mean, I'm cool with. Well, okay. What about the Desert Eagle challenge that dude did? Got his baby mama to shoot him in the chest through a phone book with the Desert Eagle.
Darwinism.
Yeah, the Darwin. Yeah,
The Darwin Eagle. The Darwin Desert Eagle.
But the thing that I liked about the planking challenge was that it helped me identify the people I didn't want to be around. Because people, especially who were planking a year after it came out, I was like, definitely don't want to be around you. Or just people who are like, oh, look at this sick plank. Yuck. I remember a girl was showing trying to show somebody that I knew at a party that I was like, I walked away.
Yeah, as you should.
You remember at the Mackenzie's thing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the people there are kind of cringy.
Plankers.
You don't want people like that in your life.
You don't want people like that in your life.
A whole lot of plankers.
Yeah. Oh, what was another one? You remember when kids were doing that shit where they would just knock out somebody, a random stranger, like come up behind them and just hit them as hard as they can
And just sucker punch people?
in the back of the head?
Yeah, it's called assault. It's like, why would you do that?
That was nuts. I'm glad that shit's fucking over. Well, I mean, in that form, I guess.
Yeah.
That's not a fucking joke. That was fucking nuts. And
Well, there was that one trend at like the start of the pandemic. Do you remember that?
to cough on stuff.
Yeah, where like people would be like, ha, ha, and like cough and spit at people to like they weren't doing it to be funny. They were just doing it because they were just assholes.
Well, some people are fucking sick. Like that one chick who had COVID, and then she went to a grocery store and just spit on her hand and wiped it all over cereal boxes, and just was like going through the aisles putting COVID everywhere. And then they're like, "Yo!" And then she got like properly arrested.
Yeah, should
Some
probably
people
gotten knocked out.
Put the stupid, like, incriminate themselves. Like, what about that one guy? I know that he's going to jail for murder, but I don't know if it's related to that song. The dude, what
remember.
Melly, something Melly, where he was like, how
He
does it
was
go?
like, I
got murder on my mind.
never murdered anybody. It was like
His body, but the whole song is so descriptive.
Yeah.
His body in my hands. He said he don't want to die. I got murder on my mind. Please don't let me die. Call the hospital. Go to sleep, motherfucker. I got murder on my mind. I suffocated him until he wasn't breathing. All his blood is on my shirt. Call his mama and his sister. I got murder on my mind.
I killed him too.
I killed him too. 3 truck lines.
that's why MF Doom and his rap snitches is such a good song.
Oh, yeah.
They strip right up songs incriminating themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was a rapper, I'd
Be your own star
If you were a
witness.
rapper, what would you incriminate yourself? We couldn't even incriminate ourselves for anything except for weird shit that we probably did as kids. I used to put spit on my legs, pretended it was lotion.
What? You did that as a kid?
Because you had ashy legs.
Ashy
just
legs. It
fucking-
was making it worse. I didn't realize that until I learned the science of saliva. But initially, because of the moisture, it looks as though. So I was like, "Oh, it's my own personal lotion." Spit my hands and put it on my shins.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
That's how you get chapped lips.
They got chapped shins.
Yeah.
And you smelled like saliva too.
Yeah, well, because I realized that later when I saw in middle school those kids who had always had the chapped lips, but it was because they were licking them so much. I was like, why is that happening? And my science teacher was like, oh yeah, if you
Make some more chat.
it makes them more chapped. I was like, oh shit, that's why my shins are cracked the fuck up.
Yeah.
So
Put some
then I
cocoa
started
butter.
using like actual lotion.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. What's another viral thing that I was like, oh my god. Oh, you remember when parodies had a long run? Parody songs.
Yeah.
Like what they would do one like a lot of Katy Perry ones, but then it would be like a Hogwarts version or whatever.
That's weird.
We fight for Gryffindor. We are with Dumbledore. Fuck you, Voldemort. Right?
Oh, Jesus.
Just want to party.
I kissed the Voldemort and I liked it. Or whatever, right? Taste of his snake ass lipstick. So
Snake ass lipstick. Like
It's lipstick
Does-
that he puts
when
on
you-
his snake ass.
or when you do the tube, like when you twist it up, is it like the snake ass? So it's like the ass, like the tail snake.
it's the tail of the snake. Yeah.
Oh shit. What are some viral or trends that you wish would kind of have more of a comeback?
Oh, have a comeback?
The Tide Pod challenge.
Mine that like
The Desert Eagle.
it's kind of died out, but from time to time it'll come back. The trust fall. I think that's just always hilarious. And
Okay, yeah.
from time to time, people will come back out of the like woods and just do it, and it'll usually be like a really big dude doing it to like like random people in an elevator, like trust fall, and people usually drop them, but some people catch them. But they're always caught off guard, and it's hilarious.
If anybody ever did that to me, I'd just step to the side. Just be like, shouldn't trust me. Sorry. You're a stranger.
Stranger danger. Danger to yourself.
Just grab them from behind. Give me your wallet.
Actually, one that I'm glad is still gone is those stupid hood pranks where they would go and say some kind of stupid line that sounded aggressive, but then they're like, "Oh no!" Like, "Hey, you got Coke? Or you want some Coke?" They're like, "Yo, what's good? Nah, dog. I don't want that shit. Why you selling that to kids or some shit?" And then he's like, "No, man, no, a Coke, little Coke." It's like a small can of Coke. It's like, okay, dude.
I would still, I would hope that they would still beat him up and be like, that's even worse for kids. Because it's soda.
Oh yeah,
These kids are diabetics.
vegan hood,
Vegan hood
dudes.
pranks.
He's like, "Hey fool, what's up? Like, yo, you better get all that MSG out of these streets, homie.
That's too much sugar.
Too much sugar for the kids."
Too much high fructose corn syrup, Mick. Oh, I almost said it.
But you said
kidding.
Mickey, like
Mickey?
Yeah. Mickey. Too much high fructose corn syrup, Mickey.
Mickey Mouse
has gone around selling
has endorsed a lot of sugary things to our kids.
Oh yeah,
Just go to Disneyland.
yeah, tarts. Yeah,
But you know what? They get me every time with those churros, man. Paying
Yeah.
$10 for a churro.
Which
they're
is
$10. now?
fucking ridiculous.
Fucking hurts my feelings twice.
Not once.
Yeah, that's not fun. Yeah.
Oh. Some that don't get old that I always liked, because we're on the topic of like Mickey Mouse came up. So I'm thinking of roller coasters and I'm thinking of all the rides at Disneyland. Whenever people take like creative pictures on the roller coasters, you know, when it takes a picture of you, and there's like
yeah.
those ones where it's like dudes like they'll bring a TV and like they're playing Smash Brothers,
Yeah.
or there's like the ones where like people are like playing board games or like chess or like Monopoly.
How do you get that on a fucking Splash Mountain?
I know, huh?
How do you bring a whole TV without
and nobody
being caught?
sees this shit? Yeah.
Like if somebody's putting you into the ride, make sure you're
You got a
strapped in.
homie that works there for
Yeah,
sure.
you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that would be the first thing I noticed.
It's like they wouldn't even let me
why
bring
do you
an
have a
umbrella on the
32-inch
Splash Mountain.
TV? You know how dangerous that is?
Just like a toaster. Plugged in, like where? It's like,
The power bank.
brought a generator on.
What are you, insane? Bring electricity on a water ride.
It's like, oh, why? Why is that a thing?
Yeah.
What other ones do they have? Oh, recently, a guy came out. I think he might have been like a fighter pilot or something in the Air Force. So they hashtagged unamusement park, where it's him on a bunch of roller coasters getting filmed, but he's just like,
Oh yeah, and he just has a straight face. Doja.
Another trend that I miss is twerking.
They still twerk.
not as much
Twerking
so.
is never gonna die,
Yeah, no.
which I'm not complaining.
Thank God.
No, I mean I'm fine. I'm fine off of the twerking or whatever. I mean I enjoy it very much, but I don't necessarily need like another overabundance of it. I'm
Yeah.
glad that butts became more popular.
Yeah. Now it's toes.
Yeah,
Oh,
what do
is
you
that just
think what do you think the next physical thing is? So like you know how
It's
it
gonna
used to be
bo-
boobs was the big thing, and then butts made a comeback. What is it on men? Because
Your
I know
knee
that
pits.
bubble butts on men is also kind of a big thing. What'd you say?
knee pits.
Knee pit.
Yeah, knee pit. You know, you got your knee,
And
you got the pit.
Oh.
I don't know. Like what else on a guy? It's like penis, pecs.
Well, the
Muscles.
the prime guy like changes. It used to be like a dude with a strong jaw and a cleft chin, and real like diesel looking dudes were really popular. All the super diesel guys were really popular in the 90s, looking like a bodybuilder. But then there was a point where being just tall and lanky
A dad
and
bod.
real rockish with tattoos, and then the dad bod was a thing for a minute.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm calling it. Big nostrils.
So African men,
And
you
Filipino men and Southeast Asian.
Why? Because it's gonna be like, oh, look at these minority men sucking up all the white man's air.
Oh, yeah. That's. I mean, if you want to go the racist route, I was gonna be like, damn, that motherfucker can smell all the smells. I'm
Yeah.
attracted to him.
You could fit some olives in there.
I could fit both my big toes in them nostrils.
He'll be able to tell if I have chlamydia.
Ooh, wait, did you?
You
have
go
you-
sniffing for truffles.
I got my truffle, dude.
Damn, you got a yeast infection? I can smell it.
Have you heard that there are people who their sense of smell is so acute that they can smell somebody's disease. So somebody, there was, I guess, a woman, I heard this on, I think either Trash Tuesday, Kalila was the one who was explaining it, where there was a woman who could smell she fell in love with her husband. She used to enjoy his smell. And then randomly, during the marriage, she just all of a sudden started to be repulsed by his smell, and she didn't understand why. And then come to find out later,
He didn't take
was
any showers.
diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's. Like he didn't have it yet, but he was going to.
Oh, and she smelled that shit out.
And she could smell it on him.
Fucking toucan Samantha. Fucking following her nose to Parkinson.
But how fucked,
Damn.
like that would be kind of cool and fucked up. Like, oh god, you smell disgusting. I think you have cancer. Like, whoa. Or like, ooh, you smell really sweet. I think
I
you
want to
have a
look that
tumor.
up, and I want to
Babe,
see
you're
some
right.
scientific reports on it because I just find that hard to believe. And it's like,
I can understand why you would think it's hard to believe because you're a cynic. I love to believe in miracles. Like an Asian could win a high competition.
well, yeah, but I mean, that's different from being able to smell Parkinson's.
And
Yeah, you got
that the
Parkinson's.
Jamaicans could win in a bobsled competition. I believe in miracles, fucker.
Hey,
They're gonna remake it, but it's gonna be the Nigerian bobsled team
and they all
or
can
the
smell.
Ghanaian.
Yeah, that's like modern day superpowers. Being
Yeah.
a Jamaican bobsledder. No, but having that sense of smell.
That is like a superpower.
That makes me think that she might have a tumor in her brain that makes her sense of smell so good.
But she can't smell her tumor.
But she can't smell her own tumor.
Well, it's like you can't really smell your own odor because you're so.
Well, a lot of
Around
people
yourself
end up
all the
with
Is that why
like
hospitals smell
abilities or like weird. Oh, maybe weird. There's easy to smell diseases that we all smell, like dick cheese or
I was
something.
gonna say
Old
because they're
people.
so sanitized. That's all you smell is just like clean, sanitized air.
I mean, as
That's what
fucked
you-
up.
That's what you smell when you go in a hospital?
Yeah.
I mean,
It
as fucked
smells
up
like a
as it is,
hospital.
we can smell old people. Is because they have like the smell of death on them, right? It's like
Oh, I thought they
the
just all,
decay.
I thought they all shopped at one store to get their perfume and cologne.
Oh, I mean, that I think is part of it. You're not
I feel
wrong
like
about that.
I could kind of, I don't know. I've been kind of in and out of hospitals a lot since I was a kid, and the different levels of like the hospital, like the different wings and stuff, have kind of different smells.
Oh, the burn unit has a very specific smell.
that, yeah, burning hair,
And flesh.
skin,
Also flesh.
boner,
That is part of flesh.
foreskin. More
Still on the-
dermis.
Still on the.
I was watching that part again. It sucks because you're all blurry, but you're like 4 times the moisturizing power with foreskin cream.
4 times the moisturizing power of foreskin cream. 4 foreskin. 4 times the power.
4 times the power.
It's a 4-pronged attack into your face with these little dick skins.
Yo, actually, real quick, that reminds me of just a quick aside thought. I don't think that we give Chuck E. Cheese the level of marketing kudos that it deserves. That they were able, as a restaurant and pizza place, to market the vermin that you would be afraid to find at a pizza place as their primary mascot.
And you
A
have to-
rat.
Oh, I can say that the same for McDonald's for some people.
Clowns?
You got to
Some
put
people are
respect
just
on the
fucking
name.
terrified of clowns.
That is true.
You got to put respect on the name though. Charles Entertainment Cheese is his full name. That's what the E stands for.
Really?
Entertainment.
Oh, I forget. The E was the initial?
Chuck E. Cheese, yeah.
Chuck
Oh,
E. Cheese.
shit. Charles Entertainment?
Yep.
Whoa. He was born for showbiz.
He was.
What-
He was bred. He's a thoroughbred rat. Bred for entertainment.
What was the cheese all about, though?
Damn.
That's just what came out of his butt.
Oh, God.
I mean, the pizzas
God.
taste so good.
That's disgusting. Yo, let's think about rat representation. There's a lot of good rat representation, actually. We've got chefs. We've
Ratatouille.
got entrepreneurs and
Entertainers.
entertainers and franchise owners. We've got martial artists, masters
of
of
mutant turtles.
Yeah, masters of martial arts, not slaves, right? Yeah, of turtles. Whoa, they're over a reptilian species. Whoa.
Let's go.
What other we got? I know we got some other real
Are we specifically talking about rats?
notable rats. Yeah, rat
okay.
representation.
Rat specific.
I don't know.
There has to be other highbrow rats.
I was to say biker mice from Mars, but
Biker mice from
but they're
Mars.
mice.
They're mice.
That's true.
Pinky and
But they're so
brain, too.
diesel. They count. They count. They
Well, if
count.
they
Okay.
count, then fucking Mickey Mouse.
Yo, look at all this representation. Wow, mice have more representation than Native Americans. It's fucked up. In
Yeah.
entertainment. That is very fucked up. And that's why I'm going to watch Reservation Dogs.
It looks good.
I saw the trailer for Reservation Dogs and it looks pretty good, but then at the same time, I'm like, I want to make sure to watch it and have it be a big deal because Native American actors, there's not a lot of representation. We just discovered
that-
there's more rat representation and mouse representation than there is for Native Indigenous Americans.
Unfortunately, yes.
Is that like a play on Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense to
Because
me.
they're like the reservation
Renovation dogs.
renovation dogs. That's on HGTV, and that's two white men. But
Or no, that's dogs with like hammers in their mouths.
okay, that's on
Like
Nick Jr.
they actually have dogs renovating houses. with the,
Okay, now that's
with
an
the
Adult
ingenuity
Swim.
with the ingenuity of dog powers.
That's Adult Swim now.
And they're not up to code whatsoever. They all suck.
Now that's True TV.
History Channel. Because they'll just
demo.
play anything now.
Oh, History Channel just doesn't give a fuck about history anymore.
Yeah.
Damn.
They don't care about history.
Well,
Whatever kind of makes money at this point.
yeah.
it seems
Well,
like.
because the History Channel got bought by, I think the dude who owns Fox.
Oh.
Oh, so now it's owned by Disney. Interesting.
Oh, but this is before the Disney merger. But then Disney already had Nat Geo.
Yeah, but Nat Geo is
Mouse
dope.
owns it all.
Yeah. Or I forget who it was, but I remember that History Channel was bought by a very rich, famously known climate change denier.
And very, very enthusiastic about UFOs.
Oh, on
Well, the person that bought it. Because that's
is he?
the majority. I don't know.
Oh.
That's the majority of what fucking History Channel is.
Oh yeah, ancient aliens.
Ancient
and all that
aliens.
stuff. That and Vikings.
And then Ducks.
the Dynasty.
Duck Dynasty or something.
Is Duck Dynasty still going?
No, I don't think it is.
Okay,
But
good.
it went on for a while.
Good.
I don't know. Do you think that they might be trying to, with all this alien stuff, trying to gear people up for? Because some people believe that they're going to reveal aliens in the next 5 years to get everybody to unite under a global government.
I don't think that's going to happen with religion and all.
I don't.
What
I
do you
think that's
mean?
too
Like,
small.
if they were to reveal
it's going to
it-
take a long time for the United States and Iran to unite. Same with the Taliban too. I mean, they're taking over Afghanistan.
Well, yeah,
so-
but then but if the plan was to reveal aliens to try to cause a unity,
how would they do that?
reveal that there are aliens, they might
And-
have already have all the information about it, and then like, oh, turns out, aliens are fucking real, and then they have homeboy come through like, oh, how are you?
We need to see some
Well, no, it was-
technology.
It was.
That's the thing.
What if the technology we had like?
Well, no, yeah, that's kind of like the biggest thing too, is that there were like actual government programs put into place where they kind of reverse engineered a lot of the things that we have today from pieces of the spacecrafts that they've collected. Because in 2016 they started releasing a lot of their like actual files of like the shit that they've kind of done, and one thing that they kind of tried to sweep under the rug that's like one of the biggest UFO sightings is in the 50s when they were like heavy into like, oh, these are just weather balloons, blah blah blah. There was like 20 UFOs spotted over the White House, and this happened like multiple times within like a month. So it was just like, so that's kind of like where they kind of really were trying to bury more and more of the secrets, because it was the middle of the Cold War. They're like, we don't want people to get all fucking crazy about UFOs and extraterrestrials.
Yeah.
We don't want them to think we don't have a handle over our skies. So they started like doing everything they could to try and bury things. But
it seems like they're slowly trying to leak it out.
I think
And
that
I think it's gonna fully come out, but I think it's all orchestrated. I do think it is on purpose.
I think it's on purpose too, but I don't think they're gonna reveal it that soon, or like in the next 5 years. I don't know.
I mean, they've already revealed that there are, or they've already put out video. The Pentagon has already put out videos, taken by, their jets of, UFOs, right? Which, the verdict is still in that it could be just another country's ship, that they're just way beyond in technology than we would ever know. But according to the military, from what they have said, we don't know what we can trust and stuff, is that from their understanding of the highest level of technology that any country has access to, it was way beyond any of that.
So it's either
yeah.
alien or Wakandan.
Yeah.
Like they're still keeping it a secret.
Well, you remember?
Well, even then, it's like, even if a country did have that type of technology, I think we wouldn't be here right now.
You think they would have just fucked everybody up already?
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't you if you were that country?
No. Why would you? What is the necessity to like? You either want to conquer everything. Why would you want to just destroy everything?
Well,
unless
now
you're a
that's what I
fucking
meant.
joker?
Conquer. I mean, you have to destroy to conquer.
But then, yeah. Well, no, you don't. You scare everybody into just okay, fuck it.
With the flying tic tac, yeah.
Tic Tac?
Just scare them. Well, that's what they called.
Oh, they call it Tic Tac.
They called that thing with
Well,
the.
yeah. But
surveillance
that's
videos,
also
but-
the thing is like I don't think that if China went to the next level of technology way ahead of the United States, I don't think that their priority would be to conquer us. They would just want to continue to be, or just be number one and stay number one. Because the thing is, the U.S. was above most countries for the longest time, and then after the Cold War, it's like, we had all the nukes. So why didn't we conquer? We didn't want to conquer. We just want to scare people into
Submission.
Yeah. We don't need. I mean, because we don't.
Well,
I feel like if anybody wanted to really conquer, I think they're already doing it covertly.
Through corporatism.
Yeah. But I mean, either way, I do think that it's going to be revealed. Aliens are going to be revealed because I feel like they're already leaking stuff. I think that they're going to reveal aliens to something. Because the thing is, maybe even if it wasn't a unity thing, I think that there's still space for control. I mean, regardless of whoever like read into whatever conspiracy theories with COVID and this and that or whatever, right? Even if you were against it, you were still able to be controlled. They controlled you with your anger. You're just being controlled by the other side. So just because they didn't wear the same colors as the president, they still wear the same colors as half of the ruling party of the country. So you're still being controlled. Because we're just choosing the binary of thought on that situation.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to reveal anything because I don't think they have too much to reveal.
I'm non-binary.
I think they have no idea what they might have some stuff, but they don't. I don't think they have any idea how it works or.
Well,
what the
whether or
fuck
not
is
it
going on.
works, I mean, you don't need to know how it works to reveal that. We have evidence of aliens.
Well, yeah, but I mean, let's say, for example, the United States does have like a crashed alien ship of some sorts. They want to keep it under wraps because if they reveal it, yeah, they can reveal it and be like, yeah, we have a spaceship. Woo, check us out. We're cool. We know exactly what this does, even though they don't. It's mute. It's not going to be beneficial for anybody.
Well, no, they act when it first crashed. The local newspapers and everyone was all like, "Oh, spacecraft like flying saucer like crash lands in Roswell and stuff." And then when it finally got word to the White House and the president like found out, Eisenhower was just like, "What the fuck? No," and bury this. And then he went over and then they did their best to bury it. And then they're like, "Oh no, see, it's just weather balloon shit." And then like people that were at the side of the crash, brought home like shit from the crash. And like there's a eyewitness. He was like, "Yeah, my dad was working at that Roswell, and then he brought home this little metal object. It almost looked like a pen, but then he pressed a button and then it lit up the entire room." And he was like, said he was 10 years old, and then it just kind of floated and suspended in the air, and it was just a light.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like, whoa, it was like just a pen light that lit up a whole room. And it was just like, oh shit. And then later that day, or like the next day, like everything was kind of like out and about and they were playing with it. And then he gathered everything up like really fast after a phone call and left the house.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Well, I think that there's a lot. I think there's already a lot of things that are Well, one, I don't think that. I think that there's potentially like a benefit that we're just not thinking about. I think that, and then also I think that the history, like with the Egypt stuff, because the thing is, it's pretty thinly veiled how they explain the shape of a pharaoh's heads and all the nobles' heads,
All the different gods.
because and then they have a lot of skulls, multiple skulls, and they've even found skulls of the same shape in South America, and anywhere that there have been pyramids, they found the long skulls, and the only explanation that they gave that they put in our history books was that they used to wrap their heads as babies to do that. And that doesn't even make sense to do. And then, honestly, not to be fucked up, but the likelihood that kid would kind of just be mentally challenged, I think, is
way higher.
way higher than like, oh, he's just a great ruler. Like, that doesn't make sense at all to me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, what's a funny thought to me is, like, let's say you're part of this super advanced alien race and you find, oh, planet Earth. And it's like during the time of, ancient Egypt. And you're like, I'm bored. I'm going to go down there and be a god. I'm just going to fuck my civilization. I'm just going to chill here. Like, what's the mentality behind that?
I mean,
for them, a super advanced alien race, it's just like, I'm bored, fuck it, I'm gonna make these people or this species.
The engineers. The
I mean, the
planet.
same, probably.
It's an experiment.
Yeah, either an experiment. Well, one, they could have came specific already because of that. One, or two, do experiments here, or they didn't just like ponder on it, like, oh shit, can I live there? Oh, I guess I'll just chill. They probably were on a mission, or they had something specific that they were supposed to do, right? And then, or that's what I think would most likely be the case, right? And then if they were on the planet, it's the same. Their relationship with humanity could easily be like, what we already try to do with chimpanzees and dolphins, knowing that they're the closest to our level of intellect. We try to teach them whatever they can handle with their mental capacity. We try to see how far they can go with their mental capacity.
It's a god complex.
I mean, are we doing it as a god thing? So you think zoologists have god complexes?
Not in their heads, but it's like, okay, well, I feel like the experimental aspect of it is kind of a god complex. How far can we go with what we know, and how far can we go with teaching a monkey to do sign language, or even have like a
I mean, if you dissect it deeply and take it to the heights where we as humanity are trying to go, I guess eventually you could consider any seeking of knowledge, of higher knowledge, I guess, a god complex. But
well, I'm just specifically like going for like
living beings.
You're teaching
Animals certain things.
A different species something, and seeing how far it can go
with help. I mean, I see it's like human curiosity, and a lot of human curiosity. There's a lot of fucked up things that end up happening, but there's a lot of positives that come from it.
Oh yeah,
like
sure.
Like we wouldn't know that like a fucking gorilla could learn sign language or have like so much empathy and compassion for other human or other living creatures and stuff. And in the same kind of aspect, for the sake of knowledge and human curiosity, for like the bad points, all the fucked up things the Russian scientists, Nazi scientists, and Japanese scientists did to people during World War II.
And American scientists.
Somewhat American scientists, because they just took all the research that they did on human people, because they didn't...
Well, I mean,
didn't have that
American
research.
I mean, not during World War II, but American scientists, they just keep it. They have
They
it
just
under
keep it
the
under wraps.
But,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
all the bad shit that they've done.
Yeah,
to
well, I
women
mean,
and crazy people. Just
or the
even medicine.
Was it the Manawak? What?
The what?
Oh yeah, the Native Americans. Yeah, no. For the sake of science and human curiosity, there's been a lot of like really fucked up, insanely cruel things that have happened for the sake of knowledge. So yeah, there is the negatives, but using it for good ultimately is kind of the positive out of it all. As long as we're
But I think I think a lot of some projects and scientists they get so hungry for whatever new knowledge, and either the positives or negatives, it's not even in sight for them.
Yeah.
So they're not asking the question, should I do it? They're just asking if they can.
Or how can I?
Yeah. So then they
And
try to
then-
move forward with trying to do it, and then that's when
the human centipede happens.
yeah,
Shit like that.
fucked up shit happens.
Well,
or
that's
whatever.
just a fucking goofy ass science experiment.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to reveal this type of thing, but because personally, I think that the likelihood that the man in the sky version of God that everybody believes in, or that a lot of people
is
believe in,
An alien.
it seems more congruent with alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which the entirety of the belief system, like believing that there is a higher power or some kind of tether for your soul, like there's so many within different cultures. There's so many ways of viewing that type of thing. But I think that those, and I believe in something, right? But I think that the man in the sky concept seems very alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that man in the sky does not give a fuck about us.
Well, I mean,
Because he
even-
views us as ants.
Even like some of the most
But
Just
what
like
if
how
it's-
we view ants.
But what if we're not ants though? What if we were chimpanzees? So then they see us with a little bit of humanity.
even in like old Renaissance paintings and even like predated paintings before the Renaissance, there are like UFOs in paintings of biblical paintings too.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of like telltale signs of just there being extraterrestrials, and that like maybe when we were a less developed civilization, they were a bit more open about like being upfront with us and communicating with us, because it was easier just to be like, oh yeah, we're God, we're an angel, or we're an angel from the heavens.
Oh yeah.
And then yeah, there's just across the board just like sky people, or like certain angels or certain deities that come from the sky that are like servants of God or whatever, or of the creators or of some kind.
Some
Well,
of
'cause-
them are
Yeah.
fucked up, too.
Well, because what if it all? Oh, you say your piece first.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, even these aliens, from all the things that I've heard and read, like, even they're still trying to experiment with their own technology, because I was hearing a lot of stories about aliens and UFOs in Brazil and how they used to abduct people with hooks and chains
Oh shit!
until they got
Is it the
their tractor
beam?
No, I'm serious.
No, I believe- yeah.
And then like they had to experiment with tractor beams, and all these people were like getting shot with this light, but they didn't know how to use it properly yet, and so people were just being burnt or being like radiation poisoned and like dying within a
kinda-
couple days until they nailed it, and they're like, yeah, we got
That's
it.
something that nobody talks about is the trial period for alien abduction.
Well, that kind of like explains somewhat like some of the things that happened in there's a ranch, Skinwalker Ranch,
yeah.
where they would be like just mutilated or like half burnt to shit cows, and like they couldn't explain how the fuck that happened to the cow. Then it's like it could have been that, or
Well, there was the same thing with humans in Brazil. They're just like mutilated humans. And then there was this one story that I was listening to like last week where this guy was having a cigarette outside of his farmhouse, and like this ship just like appeared above him, and like these hooks came out with the chain, and they're trying to hook him up. I guess, according to his story, because he survived, I guess he got in a fight with one of the aliens because the alien slid down the chain and was like, "Oh, this shit's not working. I have to wrestle him." And so, according to this guy, he was like, "Yeah, I couldn't really grab him because he was so slippery because of like this metal armor that he had or whatever. So I just had to bear hug him. But that gave the alien a chance because he's so small to hook the hook in my ankle, and they shot me up after he climbed the fucking chain, and then they started going, but I got myself off. I was 20 feet in the air and I fell down into this cactus thing, and they just like, oh fuck, we fucked up, and they flew away."
Oh shit.
And I was like, what? That's such a weird story to tell all your village friends.
To tell all the other village folks.
It's like you got into a wrestling match with a 4-foot alien that was trying to hook you up on a fucking chain and hook.
Shit.
And I guess like there's this one area in Brazil where they had like, it's kind of like the White House thing where they just had a bunch of UFO sightings
Oh yeah.
within like a span of like a month or something.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And they have like hundreds and hundreds of stories and accounts from people that were either abducted or they had people that were just, they couldn't diagnose them with anything, and they like died within a couple days after being abducted.
Well, what the thought that I had was, so the idea that there are some similarities between where we're at with a lot of the monolithic religions, right? But there's similarities to pagan traditions or pagan religions, right? Such as like Zeus and all that type of stuff. So the big man in the sky and the clouds type of thing, and have paradise in the clouds. What if, but then with the more pagan religions, the ideas that like a lot of these gods are just so horny, and then all the like the drama, they're just fucking everything, and then getting a lot of these women pregnant, men, you know, and then also getting down with their sons, and all this stuff, all the demigod stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But what if it turned out like, if that, it does make sense if that came from just like an alien thing, that, you know, they're not necessarily like these moral, hyper moral creatures. They're just they're still indulging in their carnal desires, and then they come out here and like,
oh, we got the best way to roofie people.
Like, yo, they look real similar. Like, I want to fuck these things. Well, I mean,
what's an easy way to abduct these people and make them forget?
Also, the reality is,
let's
like,
anal probe them.
How
with their dicks?
If other how? I mean, people already fuck other animals now, right?
Yeah, we call those people weird.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe
the aliens are onto something.
Not for myself. No, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Maybe they're onto something.
No, I'm just saying, like,
I want to
not that it's okay, but just like, I mean, I don't know, like, not that I would ever indulge in it, and just where I'm at normally, it's hard not to feel that it's weird, but the bond that some people, especially paler women, have with their dogs, and how in love they are with their animals, that level of love, if you take it out of like a child and parent love style, and then that's the only way that's the most affection from anything that you've ever had, and then that's the closest thing to like a partner you feel,
and you're gonna want to
explore that sexually.
Those are called butter dogs, and those dogs should be taken away from those owners.
Butter dog? What? But her dog?
They call them butter dogs because you smear butter on your coochie and they start licking it up, or peanut butter on your balls.
Never heard that term. Always out here with the new terms with the Chimo and the butter dog.
Butter dog.
Butter dog.
This is an
right there.
old term, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like going Greek.
Going Greek.
What's that one?
That means anal. Anal sex.
I think you got it.
Yeah, I spent in the gaps.
Anyway, back to the Greek gods. Anyway, going Greek with this this bull. So Zeus made this minotaur.
How shitty would that be if like the government was just like, yeah, we have proof of aliens, and I hate to tell you guys this, but they're abducting us just to fuck.
Like, would you fuck if mermaids ended up being real and you met one? Would you? I mean,
I wouldn't even know how to fuck a mermaid.
yeah,
Where's their
they'll
cooch?
tell you if they could tell. They're smart enough to tell you, and they're like, oh, what's up?
I wouldn't fuck a mermaid because I'm thinking if they're anything like a fish on the bottom half, like
She needs to like splooge
like a
out her
sli-
eggs.
it's like a slit where all the poop and shit comes out, and it's like,
But okay, if
and then you have to like nut all over the eggs.
But what if it was they're
a
like
fish.
they're like a dolphin dugong type thing? 'Cause the
Ew.
reality
This
is,
is even
why would they
worse.
be like a fish? They would be like a mammal, another swimming mammal.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So they wouldn't even have scales. It'd be like a weird
It'd be just
fleshy
really
looking.
yeah.
it'd just be rubbery.
Yeah.
And that's even worse. I don't want to stick
Like
my
a
dick in
dolphin
rubber.
woman that has hair.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Like a manatee with
If
a
for
wig
some
on.
reason she was attractive,
I can't visualize
she
that.
has swimmable.
She's a dolphin, but she has hair. She's a human. She has no scales. Very rubbery, though. And
She's
she
like
has
a-
a
She's
slit.
like Ariel, but instead of her bottom half being all fishy and scaly, it's like a dolphin.
She's like a 6
It's
foot
just
sea otter, but with the wig on.
Yeah, her hair is like otter thick. Okay,
Well, she has to shave then,
The
okay?
details
How
don't
about
matter, but she's attractive, and it's you can find the vision.
I would.
Findable.
I would wonder what it would be like.
I found.
But I think it's going to take a couple generations.
To try it?
No, not for me personally. I think just for humans in general, for it to be okay.
Well, yeah, not to be okay, but I mean, I would have to start a relationship with this person.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take her out on a fish date.
Yeah.
I think I just came up with like a
Do you eat
great.
cooked fish or raw fish?
I don't think she eats any. Oh no, yeah.
can go to
dolphin,
sushi.
Yeah, dolphin style.
Should eat tuna.
Yeah. That tuna's big.
Big old tuna.
Hey.
I just came up with like the best commercial idea for a sex toy. You know those like egg sex toys that they have? Mm-hmm. What if it's like a commercial where it's like a dude, and you could totally just rip off of The Little Mermaid, brings the redhead mermaid onto the shore, and they're all getting hot and heavy, and he's like, "Wait a minute, how are we gonna?" And she just goes, and just a big old pile of those eggs come out, and he's like, "What?" And she like picks one up and starts like doing like all the examples, and he's like, "Oh, okay." To all of these though?
How many? Wait, let me count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Fuck, I lost count.
Oh my god.
There's so many.
That would be part of their marketing campaign. That's a long ass commercial. It's just,
Oh, okay. Egg.
I don't think any of
Egg.
those commercials ever like
Do-
demonstrate it. They try to make it look like oh look, like people wouldn't be able to tell what it is, but then you could fuck it and then you could hide it after. That's like the main.
You ever
selling
wonder
point
how
now.
mermaids reproduce?
But then, what world is that you're fucking eggs? You're
Well, if you're fucking mermaid dolphin lady.
But you don't fuck the eggs.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying is that like it would be a stupid, but because it's like, oh, fish.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, hey,
Mermaid.
that's
This is
fine.
how fish repopulate and spawn.
All right, yeah. Hey, not gonna knock it, but okay.
Hey, man. Who knows? Who knows?
But you're saying that there's a chance.
There's a chance that I would fuck it? No.
There's zero chance you fuck it.
There's zero chance that I would fuck it. But I would
There's a
I would
5%.
wonder about it, and I would think about how it works, and if I'm into it or not.
That's 10% right there.
That's not 10%. That's
if
like
you're
5%.
thinking about it, you're
Well,
like,
I'm thinking about,
like,
how
what
the
would it
fuck would
be
that
like?
work?
Mermaid poops.
I would have to watch mermaid dolphin porn first and be like, am I into it?
Yeah, but that's all imaginative. They don't have real diagrams, so you got to figure it out. You get to pioneer
So I have to I'm the first human to fuck.
terrestrial aquatic sex.
Well,
No. I mean,
I gonna be famous?
You're not necessarily the
that
first
bestiality?
human, but unless you can find Ishmael who's done it before, you're probably gonna be the.
Well, no.
You're the only one you know.
Captive
You're not gonna get
dolphins.
guidance.
Captive dolphins do have a history of sexually assaulting swimmers.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
They
Like,
rape.
there's a whole episode of
people fuck
King of the
dugongs and
Hill.
manatees.
There's a whole episode of King of the Hill where he gets
Yeah.
like sexually assaulted by a dolphin, and it's hilarious. But it's like, yeah, that shit happens to people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they'll fuck you. You can't fuck them.
Well, they're not as.
They're harder.
They're
to catch.
smart.
They're harder to
Just
catch.
not
in
as
water.
smart.
Yeah, but if they were smarter,
They don't believe in bestiality, and to them, that would be bestiality.
That's them believing that they did it then.
Well, no, I'm just saying they're not. They don't
They
actively think, oh yeah, fucking this human is bestiality.
Oh yeah, they don't.
They don't care. They're
Yeah,
just
because
fucking.
they're fluid.
They're sexually fluid.
They're
sexually
speciesly fluid.
You're like,
Specially fluid.
A blowhole's a blowhole, brother.
Yeah, but that's how smart they are, that they know where it is, even though you have clothes on. We only know where their shit is because they're fucking naked. How do they? This like, oh, I know that's where the booty hole is. I'm in it to win it.
I don't know if they actually know.
They're just sticking, like they're trying to jab through wherever.
Yeah.
I can find a hole.
Okay, so we're
I don't even know how
the
dolphins
aliens
fuck, to be honest with you.
are actually the gods. So all the mythical creatures, like mermaids and shit, are just failed experiments from aliens.
But
And
we
then-
consider them a failed experiment
Because
we just
they're
don't. But they're
extinct.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, well, okay. So extinction makes you failed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So that's
Dinosaurs.
like the mermaids.
They're
are
probably
gone
trying to
now.
fuck dinosaurs, and they're like, "This isn't working out."
they're not easily fuckable. They put too many sharp edges on them.
Well, that's why there's no more mermaids.
Too many feathers.
Because they're all raped to death by dolphins, apparently. And that's why dolphins know about human anatomy.
They evolved over time.
Because they killed off the mermaids.
So something that I will
Great
say,
dolphin mermaid war.
something that I will say is the reality would be that if we haven't seen any more people for this long, that, and they are real, they wouldn't be mammals. Even though I made that whole mammal thing up, right? They would have to be fishier.
Or
In order, because they're definitely breathing underwater. We would be seeing them if they had to come up for air. So they couldn't be mammals.
Unless they were like, was that new
Oh,
Disney
shit.
movie
Well,
that
so
came out?
What?
oh,
But sharks.
Luca or whatever.
Luca.
Where they just change into humans.
Yeah, but that's
I
not
don't know.
That's magic, my guy.
I think
We're talking about aliens. Come on. That's magic too. Dude.
That's not magic. Aliens is not magic.
Hey, they do some magical stuff though.
That's called technology. If you went into the past with your technology that you have now, people would be calling you magic.
Exactly.
But it's not. It's technology.
Who knows? Shapeshifters.
That no, it's not magic.
It's magic to us.
Okay, so until it's explained. So
Until it's explained.
So until you get the schematic, it's magic. So then you think vacuums are magic until you take an engineering class, figure that shit out. For
Oh,
yourself.
vacuums are 110% magic.
No, it's no. What
Have you
what
ever
it
stuck
is-
your dick in one of the tubes?
What it is?
Magical.
They channel Lisa Ann energy into a vacuum. They take the essence of Lisa Ann and Riley Reid, and they put it in a vacuum.
no, you just stick the end of the vacuum into the back of the fleshlight.
and just fuck your shit out.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, oh wow,
This is magical.
And that's where the U.S. is collecting all of its foreskin for their foreskin topical moisturizing serums.
but it's just not the same as the Korean baby ones.
Oh God.
Oh yeah,
It's extra chunky.
Oh yeah, because it's mature man foreskin.
It's American. It's chunky. It's chunky soup.
It's chunky.
Kale's chunky noodle. Chunky noodle foreskin.
High sodium.
No MSG.
Oh God, that's really disgusting.
That's disturbing. How did we get here?
Yeah. Fuck.
Fever dream.
Well, let's hope they release some alien stuff in the next 5 years. That'd be cool.
Or more aliens.
Because that whole congressional thing that they did for the COVID stuff, and they added all the alien stuff, and the report that they released was very lackluster.
I mean, I think it was luster compared to what we have had.
Well,
Which
I mean,
is
I guess
nothing.
people just, I included, just had
Oh, that they put
higher
it all
hopes.
together. If you were like, I want to see Bob the fucking alien or Paul be like, what up, motherfuckers? But
Well,
then-
no, it for me, it kind of went like how it came off to me was like, no, we don't have anything about aliens, and then it just turns into we don't know what this is.
well,
It's just like one step above.
Well, that was a whole other thing of it kind of goes with the JFK assassination too. Is he didn't want like any more like private societies or like private organizations withholding American secrets from the American public. So that's what that going along with like the FBI, CIA, and all other shit, OSI. Get rid of JFK. No one really questions it again after that. And there have been presidents that have been like that ask the CIA and FBI and stuff like, oh, where's all this alien stuff? Like, I would like to know like any information on this stuff. And they say, you don't have clearance for that.
I don't think the FBI has anything.
It's the
CIA,
CIA for sure.
NSA, and then I'm pretty sure the Air Force has probably the majority of information.
Another thing
If there
too
is.
is the people who focus so much on these conspiracy theories, like, oh, lizard people, they're fucking taking over, blah blah blah.
Shapeshifters.
They're ruling us or whatever, right? And it's like, okay, if they have been ruling us, and then you find out and they let it slip, what the fuck are you gonna do? You're not gonna do shit.
And it's not even that bad.
Yeah, honestly,
Honestly, like,
yeah,
good job, alien reptilian
yeah.
shapeshifters.
Work on the
Don't
the corporations taking over shit. Like, maybe let's.
let's tone that
Yeah.
back a little bit.
Well, I think it's
but
just-
otherwise,
It's all the same problems. Like, we're already. Like, if they're not gonna eat us, what the fuck?
Back to kind of what I was saying earlier. Yeah, if aliens run the corporations, it's really just to prep us, to get us used to aliens, because it's going to be the biological versus the machines.
it always
And
comes
it's
down
all
to
like,
the machines.
no, it's not even our machines or our Terminators. It's alien Terminators that we got to be worried about. So that's what they're prepping us for.
But that I
We're going to be meaty human shields for our alien overlords.
Well, okay, if they are the 4-foot aliens or whatever, what if, and excuse the terminology, but what if they were trying to take humans as slaves because of our superior physicality, the way that, Europeans did to the black folks, right?
Oh, like just breeding us for war because it's like we actually live on a planet that has gravity? Or
Yeah,
the
we have
certain
more
number.
gravity, and then we actually are from a harsher climate. So then they collect us to bring us to their planet where we're actually really strong. Or I guess kind of like John Carter from Mars.
Yeah. Well, and also one of the crashed aliens that they
tactic.
captured, they gave it a code name like Evie. And I guess apparently it lived for some time and then caught some type of disease because it was on our planet for too long. And it expressed like, oh, it knew that it was dying, but let itself kind of die.
That's also the other thing, that maybe they can't stay too long because maybe they're like, oh, y'all are fucking dirty.
Yeah, you guys are so gross.
Yeah, or the diseases that exist, they have no immunities for them yet, or they have to get a bunch of inoculations, or maybe the same way that whenever if we were to travel to India, we'd have to get a bunch of vaccinations and shit before we went, and then they're like, oh fuck, like because the time difference of every time that they're coming back or whatever, so the people who came in the 50s, they're like, oh shit, we gotta create inoculations for these diseases. All right, cool. Then they do those, and they come back like, oh, you didn't say shit about this COVID stuff. Oh no. And then they go back.
Mom, they get COVID. This is new disease is going around. Nobody told me about that.
They got a bunch of new shit. And then maybe, back to the Greek shit. They was like, oh, maybe in the 80s when they came down, they had to leave because like, oh my God, they got this new shit that's burning your dick off. Syphilis.
It's autoimmune deficiency. Oh shit.
It's like, what is? Oh my God, I got kidney stones in all 3 of my kidneys.
And well, fuck them.
Fuck those aliens for coming out here and
Fuck them.
Oh, I kind of have
Fuck the galactic government.
yeah, they should just tractor beam all this garbage. How about do that? Help that out.
Yeah.
Or just fucking.
Or
teach
what
us
if that's
something.
where they live, is in the island of garbage the size of Texas?
Oh,
It's actually a floating alien
yeah.
That'd be gross.
ocean base.
Oh, they're dirty too, motherfuckers.
They're trying to build their immune systems
By living in
by
garbage.
living in garbage.
Fuck. All right. Well, we went heavy duty on some aliens. I think that's where. This is a long ass episode. So I think that's where we're gonna. That's where we're gonna end for today.
Yes, and I want some dolphin punani.
And we're going to eat mushrooms and all the psilocybin drugs that we got
Sweet. I can't wait.
to be closer to nature.
I can't
All
wait
right.
to see Zeus.
See you guys next time.
Later, skaters.
Bye bye.
Campers, it's time. It's time to get off the bus and get in. Get into your campers.